Hey everyone, it's Whiskey EXP. We're trying out a new format for our episodes. Today, we're going to cover the 5 tips you should know before playing Naraka Bladepoint.
Tip number 1. Get familiar with the grappling hook. The grappling hook is an invaluable tool to escape danger. It can be used to get yourself out of tough situations. For example, when your health is low and you're out of consumables, the grappling hook should be the first tool on your mind to create distance between you and your opponent. Another important use of the grappling hook is to get closer to your enemies. One of the best moves you can use is catching an opponent with the grappling hook and delivering an attack when you zip into them. You can also use it to stun opponents when they attempt to flee a battle. We recommend you try it out in training mode and in a team match such as trios. This will allow you ample time to familiarize yourself with the tool.
Tip number 2. Try out team-based modes to learn how to play. Our first matches in Naraka were trio matches. We were paired with 2 other teammates against other teams of 3. We needed to learn how to watch our teammates' back, and playing in this mode allowed us time to refine our own skills and learn how our teammates play. A good example would be when our teammate was easily winning a battle. At that point, it was our cue to either look for more weapons or items because our supply was low or we needed something better, or to join our teammate in battle. You have more time to figure things out and make mistakes in this mode. You'll learn a lot when you watch your teammates. You'll get to see how things work, like what items you need, how to revive, and how the game mechanics work. When your teammates are skilled, you can even learn their tactics and apply it to your own playstyle.
Tip number 3. Pick a melee weapon. This might be the most complex section of this tip list, as weapons are varied in this game. Getting efficient with at least 2 weapons can lead you to many victories. In my case, my 2 weapons are the pole sword and the long sword. In the beginning of the match, I am constantly on the prowl for these 2 weapons, as their movesets and timing are comfortable to me. The best way to go about picking a melee weapon would be in training, where you can select which one you want to practice with. In a real match, weapons are randomized, so sometimes you're left with a weapon you are unfamiliar with, which is fine as all the melee weapons in this game feel great, but you want to get good with a few. The best situation is that you are familiar and proficient with all weapons, but a good situation is you are familiar with all and proficient with 2 or 3, as you are bound to find your weapon of choice in a match, whether from chest or enemy drops.
Tip number 4. Pick a hero that suits your playstyle. There are currently 16 unique heroes in Naraka, and they all have their own special abilities and ultimates. We personally prefer characters such as Akko's who has superior crowd control, and Zai, who has an ultimate that is essentially a new weapon exclusive to her that grants her great reach, high damage, and impressive crowd control. We recommend that you try out all the heroes in training mode to use their abilities and feel out how they play. A significant amount of battles end up being won by a hero who utilized their ultimate move properly.
Tip number 5. Use parry wisely. The parry move is extremely useful and can grant you an impressive advantage if performed correctly. Parries only work on strong attacks. For example, when an enemy flashes with a blue light, then that's your signal to parry. If you're successful, then your enemy will drop their weapon, allowing you to grab it for yourself, and they will be in a stun lock state with a long recovery window. You can then use this window to deal massive damage and potentially defeat your enemy.
And there you go, 5 tips to get you started on your Naraka Bladepoint journey. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great time playing.